Pride of Higara. This is Captain Soban of the fleet, Farron Shah. Looks like you could use a hand. Attention all Sobani, pick your targets and engage.
Hello everyone, this is Captain Soban. Welcome aboard the Starship in normal price for our February channel update. That's the reason I forgot what I was doing. First I want to start off by apologizing for not uploading yesterday. The reason why I didn't is because we had an emergency I had to deal with here. We had a little brush fire that got a little bit out of control, and we had to call the fire department to get it contained. I'll show you a couple pictures here about the whole situation. But to kind of start that story off, I was in my room editing the YouTube video that was supposed to go up that day, and my mom rushes in and was kind of panicking, be like, call the fire department, we have a fire outside. I'm like, okay. So I kind of looked outside the window where our main phone is, because our phone is cord. So I couldn't really see what was going on. Called 911, the fire department, told them the situation. And then when I looked outside, I was like, oh, okay, all right, we have a problem going on right now. So I had to help my parents to get that under control, grab some hoses, grab a shovel, beat the crap out of the ground to keep the fire from spreading. I am super sore today because of that. It was a trip. It was kind of crazy, and I had to call my boss at work and tell her, hey, I'm going to be late for work. I'm trying to help my parents control a fire. So it was crazy. That was a crazy end to January for me. But anyways, the reason why we had that happen is I live out in the country. If you guys are unaware, when you're out in the country, you don't have trash pickups that happen because there's no reason to pay a truck to pick trash up for someone who's 7 miles away. It's not very efficient and very expensive. So we just burn our trash, and we were burning our trash because we have a winter storm that's coming in here in a couple days as of recording this. So we wanted to get most of our trash burned, so we wouldn't have to worry about stacking up trash when it's 1 to 2 feet of snow out, because this is supposed to be a bad winter storm. Right, the moment they're calling for I think it's 8 inches to 12 inches, which I'm not sure how much that is in centimeters or meters. I think that might be a quarter of a meter. I'm not entirely sure, but there is a chance we could get more. There's a chance we could get 1.5 feet of snow, or 18 inches, which is close to a half a meter, I think, maybe 0.4 meters. Not entirely sure. So yeah. During the burn, the wind started picking up a little bit, and we haven't had a whole lot of rain here recently, so the grass is really, really dry. So when that happened, it started getting on the grass, and we're just like, oh, and it'll burn itself out, and it didn't. It started spreading, and we had to, my parents had to get into action, and then, like I said, I was in my room editing a YouTube video, so I didn't know everything was going on outside. So yeah, it was a fun experience. It was very traumatizing. But luckily nothing important got burned. The fire went towards the fields, not towards the house. So the barn is fine, the chickens are fine, the house is fine. The trees are actually fine too, surprising. We have a couple small little trees out in the field that we're trying to grow, so when we eventually get cows, they'll have shade. And yeah, they didn't get touched at all. The fire went up to the mulch and just went around the mulch. It didn't actually ignite the mulch, so that was awesome. So none of our trees got burnt, none of our important stuff got burnt. So it was just a very interesting experience to see a brush fire start getting out of control, and you're panicking, trying to control it so it doesn't burn down anything important. It was an experience. But anyways, that was the thing that happened the last day of January. Also, a major event that happened to me is during the first week of January, we had homecoming at the place that I work, because I work at a grocery store in a small town, and because of that, we had people from all around the state coming in, getting supplies and whatnot for homecoming, and I'm pretty sure some of them had COVID, because I noticed near the end of that shift, I started getting what felt like a cold, and then when I went home, I felt sick. I wasn't sick enough to be lying in bed all day, but I had a headache, I had sinuses, I had a cough, And then I scheduled myself to get tested for COVID, which of course, it's kind of going crazy around here in the States, so it's a little backed up for testing. So I had to wait 3 days to get my testing. And then once I got my test, I had to wait 3 days for it to process. So it was a week of not doing anything. And then once it went through, I was positive. So then I had to wait another 5 days. Let's just say I was kind of bored during those days, but I'm kind of the type of person that knows how to entertain himself whenever you get really, really bored. So the boredom really wasn't that bad. And honestly, I kind of liked being in quarantine because, one, I didn't have to deal with work's BS, which was nice, and two, I was actually available during the evenings, so I could hang out with my friends and play games and just talk about stuff. So honestly, quarantine wasn't that big of a deal for me because I'm always on my computer anyway, so it wasn't I wasn't like freaking out because I wasn't talking to anyone and I was like stuck in my room like banging on the door like, let me out. No, I wasn't like that at all. It was kind of relaxing. And I'm also really weird and strange and backwards, so things that usually freak people out usually calm me down, so it's just who I am. But anyways, I think that's about it for my personal life. Those are the two major events that happened to me in January. Like I said, I'm perfectly fine. I'm over it now. I'm able to go back to work, so COVID is fine. Our houses are fine, so it's just been a weird month and a very weird start to 2022. Anyways, now let's talk about the channel. So for the main channel, as you guys know, the final mission of Complex Evo should be released sometime this month. I already checked it before I recorded this video. It's not available yet. So what my plan is I'm going to check to see if it's available every single day. If it's not, then we're going to be doing a free space video. But once it's available, we will be recovering the third mission and try to kill the keepers in Complex Evo. That is definitely part of the plan for the channel. And then I also have a side project I'm currently working on now, and since we have a winter storm coming in, and I'm pretty sure we're not going to be able to go anywhere for the next few days, I'm going to be working on that and hopefully try to get it up by the weekend. That's my plan. Hopefully try to get it up by either the 4th or the 5th. The project is I'm doing a Homeworld Wars tournament where we have the Kushan, the Higaran, the Taidan, and the Tyrannic Raiders ion cannon frigates brawling it out to who's going to be the best ion cannon frigate. It's structured a lot differently than my normal videos, which is one reason why it's taking so long, but I think once it's done, it's going to be really, really good. It's probably also going to be a long video, so hope you like a lot of battles. So I have that going on, and then I think once I get done with that project, probably for the rest of the month, I'm going to be covering Homeworld mod videos for the secondary series, because there's still like 3 or 4 different mods that you guys have been sending me that I want to check out and cover for the channel. So that's going to be going on as well. And then for the secondary channel, I'm going to finish up Tales of Arise. I finally got caught up to all the videos I recorded back in October and November. I had like 15 something videos. I'm finally all caught up. So now I think there's like one more recording session I need to do in order to beat that game, because we're getting close to the final boss. And we're after that we'll put that on the side. Sorry, my voice went all weird. We'll be putting that on the side, and I want to record SimCity 3000 for that channel because I don't know, I'm feeling very nostalgic. Maybe it's because we're getting a winter storm finally. So I'm going to play that, and then maybe after I do like, I don't know, maybe 5-10 episodes of building a city in that game, then we might do Donkey Kong Country, because I also really, really want to do that because I've been in the mood for an adventure game for a while, and that's one of my favorite games of all time. But anyways, I think that's it. I think that's it for the update episode. Lots of stuff happening in personal life. The main channel is still really, really busy, and the secondary channel, I'm hoping to continue to get upload every single day for that. But the secondary channel, that's kind of a stretch. If I could do every other day or maybe every 3 days, that would be nice. But it's also just going to depend on how busy I am, and my work likes to give me weird weird schedules, and so I don't work like the same day every week or at the same time every week. So sometimes it's really difficult to schedule all this when stuff like that happens. But anyways, I hope you enjoy this. I hope you enjoyed this little thing that's going on. And if any of you guys are curious about the animals, they were all fine. During when we had the fire going off, we had both the dogs in the house and the chickens were in their coops. So no animals were hurt in the fire. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoy this. Please leave a like if you did. If you like what I do, consider subscribing, and I'll check you guys out next time. Until then, this is Captain Soban signing out.
The Faker have arrived. Emergency hyperspace procedures initiated. The mothership must survive.